Well, welcome everybody. I'm going to encourage you, all of you who are on the live recording of this beautiful occasion, to consider putting yourself on gallery view and turn your camera on and give a wave and let your eyes send some extra love and receive love from everybody participating. Have the sense here, we are a group, a vibrant group from all over the world. We've got folks from India, all over Canada, all over the United States, the British West Indies. I didn't notice Croatia. I don't know if we've got anybody from the Southern Hemisphere, so we might all, in the live at least, be celebrating winter solstice. We could have somebody here, I don't know, I haven't seen it yet, who's celebrating summer solstice. Big Island, Hawaii. Yeah, right on. So yeah, let yourself really sense we are here in a circle. Just see, feel, or imagine we're seated in a giant circle together. And what would it feel like, what could it feel like if you knew you were surrounded by people you could just totally relax and be yourself and be in discovery of parts of yourself you haven't yet noticed or integrated or recognized, but to really be relaxed in a social setting with a lot of people? Can you just breathe that through all your ages you've been? All your ages, just sweetly breathing through that feeling, making it up that it's easy. Maybe it's like breathing a perfume that's really gentle and sweet, or the smell of orange blossoms, or something lovely. Just breathing, or breathing a color that's really just that through all the ages you have been. Those of you who are just arriving, welcome. Those of you who are tuning in at a later now moment, it's still now, so you are actively shaping and directing the energy with all of us. Time is a circle. Time is not actually linear. Time moves differently. Time can jump. Time can be simultaneous. Time can be so many things. And we have more capacity on these heightened occasions like solstice, full moon, new moon, half moon, and eclipses, just to name a few, to become more sensitized to things that we normally perhaps don't notice due to the involvement and absorption in the busyness of life, the surface of life. You know, bills, shopping. And congratulations to those of you who are high achievers who actually took this time, particularly those of you who are preparing for guests this week, or to be a guest, who actually gave yourself this time to drop into practice together. Thank you for doing that, because you affect more than just yourself with all of your choices. And it really makes a huge difference. So let's begin right away with our first opening practice. And this is, you might, if you're looking to set up a practice or reinvigorate a daily practice of any sort, you might take some ideas from how I guide the flow here and how you might work that into your daily practice. So first, you set up your meditative seat. What is that? Your spine is long without strain. And unless you've got a medical condition currently, or you're sick, you're upright. You're upright. And this is not the place where I'll reconcile why we do that. Just trust me, it makes a huge difference. And when you're elongating your spine, you're not elongating just in one direction. You're elongating in both directions. So it's like small micro movements from the ends of the spine. And then that creates a strength. As my teacher likes to say, movement in only one direction can lead to collapse. So equal and opposite directions. And it just might feel like it's your imagination. That's okay. It's okay. Most of us are in a chair, so have your feet flat on the floor unless you've got a real supportive situation and you want to do crossed legs. That's totally fine. Your feet are flat on the floor. Feel the points of contact. Physically feel without having to describe them to yourself. Feel the points of contact of your body with your seat, and your seat with the floor, and the floor with the earth below your building. You're directly connected to the living, breathing earth from which these bodies are made and to which they will return. when we cast them off like an old set of clothes we no longer need. If you're comfortable closing your eyes, you can. You can also do this as an open-eyed practice. And if you're going to do an open-eyed practice, like in Buddhism or Zen, Mahamudra, then your eyes are cast diagonally downward, but wouldn't look at the screen because that'll pull your attention into thinking. So if the screen's right in front of you and you're going to do open-eyed, you might turn yourself a little bit. That's what I do. And then relax your eyes, whether your eyes are closed or open. Just see if you can soften them. You're not trying to look at anything. You don't have to figure anything out. You don't have to know anything. And to my helpers, you can go into the practice. I'll watch the settings and let people into the room for now. Feel or explore for the first time that you're receiving the breath rather than organizing, shaping, and taking the breath. You're receiving the breath. Just let yourself freshly sense and imagine maybe that there is an intelligence throughout all of existence, and it knows how to beat your heart, so it also knows how to breathe your breath. So there's a little patience here in letting the body be breathed rather than trying to direct the breath. And when you begin to sense it, it can feel rather sweet. Then there's relaxing into trusting it will keep doing its job. And see if you can allow yourself to imagine or sense or feel the subtle vibration of the living field of the earth coming up through your feet into your body. It may be very subtle for some of you, super subtle, or it might even be strong. Let it be as it is. There's no right experience to have. Bring your awareness behind your body a couple of meters or feet. And starting at this point behind your body, moving counterclockwise, that's the opposite direction of a clock. Imagine pillars of fire forming a circle. As you move counterclockwise, you can internally, if you want the mantra, repeat the sound rum, 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 with each pillar, internally repeating it. You don't have to force it. You just relax and trust that the energy of the mantra and the fire knows what to do. What is this doing? It's forming a circle of protection so that you're undisturbed during your practice. The world can wait. You're choosing to be organized by coherency rather than the unpredictability of the field of humanity. Check in once you've formed this circle and see, does it feel any different to sit where you're sitting? Does your breath feel any different at all, or your emotional sense of self? Do you feel any more relaxed or focused, forming this circle of protection? If so, this is a practice you may like to take with you and integrate into your practices. Let your awareness now, and the breath will help you bring it there. Follow your inhalation into the region in the center of your chest. It's about 3 to 5 finger widths inside the center of your chest. We call this the cave of the heart, and other names. And in this region, there is absolute blackness in all directions. Absolute blackness. This blackness is not a deficiency. Think of it like a pregnant womb space that can become anything but has not yet emerged as any forms. Infinite blackness in all directions. If any of your aspects of yourself are at all nervous in the face of this darkness, simply let the breath move into those areas in your body or your awareness and let them soften. This is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful creative space. No harm can come to you. It's the womb of creation. See what it's like to settle in here and just be here without trying to make anything happen or get anything, just to become more intimate with this livingness that has not yet become any particular form, and that actually is you. On the absolute level, the totality. So you have your individual self and you have the totality and all the degrees between. In this beautiful womb space, in the cave of the heart, set your intention. And I invite you, as part of your intention, to set the intention, may the fruits of our collective practice and your individual practice uplift all the participants at any time who participate with this practice, as well as all beings, including the earth. May we all be happy. May we all be well. May we all feel thoroughly loved. May we be loving. And may we be motivated to embody the deepest, furthest possible enlightened awareness for the awakening of all beings. May it be so. And so it is. And from here, imagine inviting, requesting a circle of great beings, great masters, saints, sages, siddhas, buddhas, great beings who've never taken a physical body, who are even more powerful than anything that has, to surround you in a circle. To surround you in a circle. Center any beings you have a direct heart connection to, any teachers in this lineage or these lineages that I sit in, your own lineages, any truly healed ancestors, any truly enlightened ancestors, odds are you have some, surrounding you, and ask them to please bless you, to shower you with their grace for your awakening process, for your integration and embodiment of all the positive qualities and the eradication of any negative qualities. Ask for this blessing and feel, see, or imagine them showering you with endless light and grace from all directions until you too are emanating light and grace in all directions. No beginning, no end. And you can imagine that all these beings now merge into a single shimmering, shining sphere of light. And you position this light over your head and you let it flow down, drop down into this heart cave region. Totally merged. Your mind and the mind of the masters, the mind of all great beings, is inseparable. Your mind and the mind of all enlightened awareness is inseparable. Just settle into this and have whatever you notice. Those of you looking to organize your practice in new ways, this is something you might want to include in your regular practices. So from here you can take 3 deep breaths to signal a clear transition, and then we'll continue on forward. Shortly, we're going to be chanting a very short series of mantras. In any of the chanting of mantras, you can simply opt to receive the mantras, or you can chant along with us. It's up to you. The opening mantras we're going to chant will be shortly placed into the chat box for those watching it a later now. For those watching in a live, those watching in a later now, they're under your video box, ready for you. If you're new to Sanskrit, don't worry. The mantras will work just by hearing them. The mantras know where to go. So don't worry yourself about being perfect in your pronunciation. And there are 2 options that I know of: repeating mantras externally or repeating them internally. Both have their value and their power. Chanting mantras externally purifies a space. Energetically, more powerfully affects a space. Chanting mantras internally tends to be much more exponentially more powerful for our own process. And that's something, again, that I'm not going to articulate deeply right here and now, but do go into in my other teachings. You'll notice, and Valerie, you can put the mantras, the Om Namah Shivaya Gurave mantras in the chat. You'll notice when you see this mantra, or if you're looking at it in your screen below the video box, the first line, Om Namah Shivaya, this is the mantra we're going to chant together on its own with a melody after we chant these opening mantras. What are these opening mantras actually doing? Well, let's back up to creation again, to that vast shock of blackness in all directions that could become anything, the womb of creation, I've called it. For those of you who have some Sanskrit or some tantric practice, it's also called the Vak womb, the womb of Vak. Vak is the speech that creates. So if you have done a little bit of study or had some early life experience, you have references like in the Torah, or whether you call that the Old Testament, the New Testament, of language, of speech creating the world into existence. Sound, the word. Well, we have this in Sanskrit as well. And Sanskrit has affected and influenced so many different traditions: Buddhism, Hinduism, Zen, Tantra, Sri Vidya, and so many. So this understanding is there's this possibility, and you are that possibility, even while you're this relative person who may have forgotten your true nature. This infinite possibility is aware of itself. It's empty, and not in the sense of a deficiency, but in the sense of there's nothing yet formed. And anything that could form is temporary, so it's considered empty. Possible. Anything is possible. It's luminous. Even though it's not yet visible light, it's luminous because it has the potential of all light. So there's luminosity, even though it appears as darkness. So here in this winter solstice for the northern hemisphere, even though it may be the least amount of visible light, the light of creation is never, ever absent. In your darkest night of the soul, or mine, it's never absent. We are never left alone. Any of you who've been actively struggling, and many people have been, even without difficult outer circumstances, there's been an emotional turmoil that many people have been experiencing. We could lump it under the category of purification, collective healing, happening in the way it's happening. But if you've been struggling, to remind yourself to let it in. Take my faith a little bit if you need some, that we are never left coverless. Course in Miracles says that, I will never leave you coverless. We are not ever able to be separate from the source of creation, but the mind will convince us that we are, that love is out there and we're not part of it, or that fulfillment or abundance or happiness or vitality are somewhere else and we've got to do and try really hard and grasp to get it. Well, when you grasp water, how much of it can you hold on to? None. Except for a little wetness on your hands, to be fair. So we're going into this awareness of the creative possibility of existence, which is available in every instance of time, place, and circumstance you could ever consider. So how do we become available to the creative potential and the coherency that's available by aligning with this creative power? Number one, relax the body. How do I teach that? 6 points of softening. 6 places in the body. If you only remember 2 of them, remember the palms of your hands and the soles of your feet, softening like you're opening imaginary fists with your mind, and continuously softening the soles of your feet, the palms of your hands. What are the other 4? The inside and outside corners of your eyes, melting like butter on a hot day. The region inside and around your ears. Your tongue, and all the muscles of the perineum and pelvic floor. Soles, palms, corners of the eyes, region of the ears, tongue, and pelvic floor. Softer and softer and softer. Now, any of those of you who are watching this as a replay or at a later now, some of you may be feeling a pull to want to linger longer with some of the things I'm pointing to in silence. How you'll do that is you'll pause the recording. In the live, we're going to go on like you're getting what we call pointing out instructions. So there's a little bit more words here than silence. And with the replay, you have opportunity to elongate the silences as long as you're called and willing. Start to imagine in your own way, maybe it's a subtle feeling, the livingness, the vibration of this womb of creation that has no center and no edge anywhere in existence. It has no center, it's not an object, and it has no edge. The mind cannot conceptualize this, but your awareness can feel it and sense it. Your awareness is one with it. No center, no edge. No center and no edge is how some of you will sense awareness, awakened awareness. Sensing that which has no center and no edge. Others of you may sense it through the knowing aspect. There's a knowing quality to this awareness. It's not ordinary thought. It's just knowing. Let yourself sense in your own way, to whatever degree you're able, being held, breathed, your heart being beaten by this livingness, this creative power that is everywhere and is you. These mantras we're about to chant, or that I'll chant and you'll just receive, we'll chant them 3 times. And they're invoking the revelation and direct experiencing of more of this power that creates everything. It creates it, it sustains what it creates for however long it sustains it, and then it dissolves it back into that womb of creation. So one of the names in Tantra for this beginningless creative power is Shiva, that which underlies. And Shiva is not separate from the Great Mother, the feminine aspect that is doing all the creating, maintaining, and dissolving, all the work. Sound familiar? He's just watching, unchanging and watching. But yet he's one with her, and she is one with him. It's not like man and woman. I'm just being a little cheeky. So Om Namah Shivaya Gurave. What is the Guru? The Guru is this great power, which is in you, that can transform any darkness into the revelation of light, that can transform any obstacle into an opportunity, that knows how to take us through the challenges into growth, even when it's difficult. And it has three qualities in this mantra: Sat, Chit, and Ananda. Sat, it exists, and it's never going to go away. Chit, it's conscious, it's aware. It can self-reflect. Ananda, bliss. What is bliss? It's not an 8-year-old at a birthday party. It's not getting everything you want. It's not necessarily joy. Those things can come and go. This blissfulness stops my mind and my ability to speak, actually. I'm looking for how it wants to articulate freshly today. The first thing I want to say to you is that we can experience peak states, like being an 8-year-old at a birthday party, or getting the present you want from your beloved, or being smiled at by a pretty or handsome stranger. Those are lovely feelings that come and go. Some of us, and I've been one of them, have assumed that if we're making progress in our spiritual awakening, that we're supposed to have these states of joy or ease. You can be having a really shitty state and be conscious of bliss at the same time. What do I mean? Your chest can be torn up, grieving about a loss, while simultaneously being able to recognize, not intellectualize, but feel, sense that which is undisturbed, and they can coexist. That which is undisturbed, which is content in its own existence, that's the bliss that's being pointed out. Raise your hand on the live if you've tasted this for yourself, ever. Wow, beautiful. That's very touching. And if you haven't yet, stay open. It's possible. Some of you are going to notice you want to lower your hand using the Zoom thingy. If you physically raise your hand, your Zoom is set up. It's going to like raise your hand like you want to ask a question. So let's go into the mantra and see what happens here by just listening to the sound. It's not a request. The mantra is not a request. It's a direct emanation of the qualities. One of the final qualities in the last line of the mantra, Niralambaya, it's without any need for outer support. My house is supported by foundation, by beams, by the ground. This bliss, this wholeness requires no outer support. That's how we can see, as we get more practice, that we can be touching this contentment even while in our relative circumstances we're going through challenges or difficulties. They coexist. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave, Sac-cid-ananda Murtaye, the form of bliss, consciousness and being. Nishprapanchaya Shantaya, Niralambaya Tejase. So again, you can just receive these, or you can chant along to the best of your ability. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Sac-cid-ananda Murtaye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Sac-cid-ananda Murtaye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase. One more time. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Sac-cid-ananda Murtaye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase. Just pause here and notice what you're feeling. There's no right thing to feel. Just see what you're feeling. Just see. Has your breath shifted at all? Do you feel any more stillness in some parts of your body or around your body? Perhaps there's a feeling in your heart emerging unexpectedly. You can take a moment here to include anybody in the benefits of these practices that you are holding in prayer. And if you don't have anybody and you want to direct some extra prayer, affirmative prayer, then may any being who's actively suffering right now be uplifted. And we're going to go next into chanting the mantra by itself, Om Namah Shivaya. Om is made of three sounds, the three. We've got three candles behind me, the three, the triangle, the womb of creation is three. Three parts, all one expressing as three parts. And in this case, it's A, U, Ng. These sounds give rise to all the rest of the Sanskrit alphabet. A, I, U, Ri, 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 Ri. I, O, Au, Ahang. She, the great mother of creation, through her vach, her voice, is expressing forms. Then she'll sustain them for however long, like a galaxy, a black hole, your dog Rover, and then dissolve them back into the creative potential. And this goes on over and over and over again. We've done this so many times, whether we remember it or not. We do it when we go to sleep at night. We fall asleep, we drop into a different sense of self and existence, especially in deep dreamless sleep. That's the dissolution. There's no forms in deep dreamless sleep. Those of you who have had the occasion to become aware in deep dreamless sleep, spontaneously or through dream yoga, know this. And then when we open our eyes, the life emerges again. So all this is contained in A, U, Ng. Namah, I honor, I bow to, I'm one with, I am. Shivaya, the ground of being. And Namah Shivaya balances all five elements, the physical elements or the elements that create a body, a plant, earth, space, air, water, fire. So we'll chant. And we'll chant together. This is not call and response. You can just receive the mantras or you can join in. And then this will lead to a natural, effortless meditation. I'll give some light guidance into, and we'll go from there. So refresh your posture, give a little lift in your chest so that your lungs can fully fill and let go. And let these sounds do their work. They are the grace of the creative power. Nobody thought these up. These were heard by sages in deep states of consciousness, so we can reverse our way back. The very power that creates sound is the very power that restores us to awakened awareness. It's like inserting a new algorithm or a new code into an old code. These mantras, these sounds, are literally programmed to connect us to pure states of consciousness. So here we go. Follow the vibrations like you're following a breadcrumb trail made of light back to their source. You feel your way. You can't think your way. It's literally like following gravity when you lay back into the bed, following the vibrations to their source and merging there. If it's helpful, soften soles, palms, eyes, ears, tongue, pelvic floor. Let the breath breathe you. We'll meditate together for a little while in this way. And if the mantra starts to repeat itself, let it. If you're repeating a mantra, please complete the repetition you're on, never stopping in the middle. If your eyes are closed, leave them closed. Just notice what you're feeling and how you're feeling. What's changed since before you logged in or turned on the video for this program? What's shifted? You can take 3 deep breaths into your body to signal a clear transition. And then, if you're ready, and only if you're ready, and if you're not, don't, you can gently open your eyes without having to go anywhere or become anybody in particular. Just here as awareness itself, seeing its own manifestations, like the ocean witnessing its own waves or the sky witnessing its own breeze. Each being a wave or a breeze. Each thought a wave or a breeze. A temporary appearance in the ocean of consciousness, in the ocean of wisdom, Vidyasagra, the ocean of wisdom, in which we are inextricably immersed. I invite you, if you're going through challenges, internal, external, or both, or you're close to people who are going through challenges that you care about, can you find a way to practice, not force, but practice choosing to see this as your path rather than as a distraction from your path? And get curious, open-hearted, perhaps prayerful. Please, power of grace, show me how to use this to wake up more deeply to my nature as love, as emptiness, as fullness. Show me how to use this to grow rather than to continue suffering in the old familiar way. We've got thousands of years of relatives who really learned how to suffer. I don't think we're going to create some new way to suffer. And I don't know that we need to, even if we could. And yet, it seems to be the case that when we're approaching major thresholds of the awakening process, and there's no end, by the way, there's no end in my experience, 0 end. There are difficulties or challenges that come up in either life experiences or internally or both. I've definitely had plenty of them in the last year and a half. Some of you can see this if with a good Vedic astrologer in your chart where the more challenging times are. We all go through them every year. Eclipse seasons, which we're not currently in, that happen twice a year, are one of those times. Does that mean it's bad? No. Mercury retrograde, that's another opportunity, not a problem to kind of like go to sleep until it's over. It's an opportunity. There is no such thing as bad energy. There's just energy taking different vibrations, flows, amplitudes. And so these practices don't require us to be clever. All they ask is that we engage the practice as wholeheartedly and lovingly and openly as we're able to. Once again, the power of mantra. And this mantra you've received today, you've received it, even if it's one you've worked with before. Each time you hear it in this way in these programs, it's a receiving, and it comes with an energy boost that helps you access the power, the transformative power in it sooner. And on its own, Om Namah Shivaya does not require formal initiation. That doesn't mean go out and give it to people. Unless you know you're really strong and have been empowered by a teacher to do so, don't give advice to people, don't give energy practices, and don't give mantras, because you will take on karma, make no mistake. And you want to know that you can eat that and digest it. It's not an easy road as a teacher. And if it is your path, it's not one you choose, it chooses you. It's not something you do because it seems glamorous or it's a great way to seemingly make money. That said, Om Namah Shivaya, this mantra, is not competitive with your Catholic practices or your Jewish practices or your Muslim. It's not competitive. It will support your capacity for recognizing grace and awareness wherever they shine. It's literally inserting new code into an old code, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, that dissolves the obstructions. Said another way, the clouds covering the sun of enlightened awareness. The sun is always shining. Enlightened awareness is always shining. It doesn't belong to anybody. And when we're not experiencing it, there are clouds. We don't want to judge that, or we're putting more clouds. Oh, there's a cloud here. Okay, I'm feeling really heavy sadness today or anger. And okay, let me just soften my 6 points. Let me open to the sensations without a story. It's not because of somebody out there. It's how my system is oriented. The code has been wired in my system. And as I soften and meet myself with loving kindness, then I can open into softening, then I can open into the mantra, and I can open into the breath, shifting my state. I'm not pushing it. I'm not avoiding it. I'm choosing to engage it a little bit, and maybe more and more each day. And I'll tell you what helps me, friends, is making sure to willingly, consciously offer the fruits of any practice I choose, whether I'm doing a practice in the middle of deep difficulty or deep joy, to offer it for the upliftment of all beings. If that's too abstract at a particular moment, think of beings you actually know about. It could be the Empowered You community that some of you participate in with me. It could be another group. It could be your all family members, living or passed on or yet to be. You want it to be something that actually touches and tenderizes your heart. Why is this valuable? Because when our vision is bigger than just for our own personal experience, something opens and softens to more grace, reliably. When we're just focused on I, me, and mine and trying to get something, we're stuck in the clouds, and basically it's like a dog chasing its own tail, getting nowhere. So we could have really powerful practices we're doing in that state, but all they're going to do is kind of exacerbate, so we'll realize it. That's not the way to focus our energy. And like the story in the Bible of the prodigal son, we're always welcomed back because we never left. Can you on some level let yourself sense the possibility that you are already one with the power of grace, and you can never be separate, you can never be outside of grace. You can experience it like you are, but you never actually outside of grace. Where would you go? Outside of the field of creation, what is there? Where will you go? There's nowhere to go but right here. So what we're doing in these practices is clearing up confusions and dissolving these veils, these clouds, through practices, whether it's an inclusion of breath, posture, energy practices, mantras, at least in Tantra, the way I teach. And some of you are called to go further. Some of you are called to go further. You know it's time. We have teachers for different seasons of our lives, different levels of growth. They can all be included. Some of you are ready to take up a fresh practice. One opportunity that's coming up, and Valerie will put it in the chat box for those of you who are here on the live, is New Year's program. Now usually, listen up closely, I usually offer it on New Year's Day for years, in person or online. This year we're doing it on the weekend of New Year's. We're doing it on the 3rd. Doing it on the 3rd. It will include ecstatic breath work. I'll say more in a moment about that. But what is the focus of it? It's setting the tone for the new year. What are your intentions? Not your resolutions. Resolutions, they get broken. They're a feel-good factor. Some of them stick. Intentions. Intentions, seeds of intentions that you're going to water and practice with all year And you're not going to use the flowering of the intentions to measure your value and your worth. You're using them as an inspiration to grow into more of what grace is, embodied through you. So the theme for this year's program, and the theme for the year of 2026 in the Empowered You community, is strength, courage, and wisdom. Strength, courage, and wisdom. And I want to pay homage to India Ari, because when I was really sitting for weeks, like, what are we going to title this? What does it want to be called? What's the focus? I heard this refrain from one of her songs. Strength, courage, and wisdom is inside of me all along. Strength, courage, and wisdom is inside of me all along. That's it, folks. Strength, courage, and wisdom is already here. You don't manufacture it. You don't have to go running down the block and chasing it. We work with practices that reveal it to us, and then we learn how to embody it. 3 main stages in the practice that we go through again and again. Recognizing the next layer of awakened awareness and getting really familiar with recognizing it. Even when we're having a rough state, we can recognize awakened awareness and orient from there as our baseline base of operations. Stabilizing that recognition so that it's 24/7. That takes some time and practice. That's a different level of practice. And then emptying out all the karmas. Dharma dhatu exhaustion is what it's called in Buddhism. Dharma dhatu exhaustion. That's a much later stage. That's a fruition stage. But that's just to give you a little picture of things. You could be anywhere along that flow. Does that mean if you're in the fruition stage or the stabilization stage, you're not going to have any ego issues? Your sister's not going to be frustrated with you? No. No. One of the teachers in one of my lineages was very clear while he was alive. The measurement of our actual awakening is in our conduct. You want to find out how enlightened you are? Look at your conduct. Don't judge, just look at it as an opportunity to expand the stabilization of awakened awareness. So in this program on New Year's, we're going to do ecstatic breath work. And some people, that's too intense. That breathing through the mouth is too intense. So there will be modifications that are not less powerful. There will be modifications. What is it? In through the nose and out through the mouth, just to tell you up front. And a lot will happen that way. What else is going to happen? I'm going to unpack the stages of bringing something from intention to full manifestation. The ideal place to work with that is not to make stuff manifest in your life, because you might end up creating karma by ego willingly trying to manifest stuff. States of being. States of being. Like magnetic joy, compassion, contentment. Just because you inaugurate the initiation of embodying contentment for the year, also don't let your ego confuse you into believing that, oh, well, you won't have new great things come in your life if you practice contentment. No, you'll be very attractive to those things. You'll be very attractive to what's coherent to your active, predominant inner state. So this program is a way to set that tone, and you get to work with it as often as you like in the replay. It's a 2.5-hour program. We'll have a stand up and stretch and use the bathroom break, probably about 5 minutes or so in the middle of it, because you'll need that. We probably will chant a little bit of mantra because it's just so powerful, and people are saying how much they enjoy that. We will meditate, and we will do breath work. And I'll give some more teachings about applying this stuff to your life that you can work with at your own willingness. I encourage those of you who are going to participate. 1, it begins the moment you register. 2, if you haven't already begun, start doing some free writing or drawing or doodling, like with the partnership of grace. Invoke grace in a way that's meaningful to you and be like, okay, let's work together all the way up until this program. What are my intentions for the new year? And then possibly, can they all be held by one meta intention? So that I don't have this laundry list or grocery list in my head, but I have a focal point for the year. For some of you, it might be as simple as strength, courage, and wisdom. At the end of the program, I'll open it up that day for questions and answers, and I'll do some live coaching. I offer a lot here. For some people, I'm a coach, a master coach for high performance people around the world, whether it's around your business or around your life. For other people, I'm a spiritual director, a spiritual teacher, helping you to set up, and I have the permission and the empowerment to give certain initiations and tantric practices for those who are ready to do those practices or go further. For others, I'm a meditation teacher or the breathwork guy. I'm nobody, really. So that's that. Also, you're going to see when you go to the replay page for this, I'll send you an email later today to let you know when it's ready, probably in the next couple of hours. I need to create the cover image and then load it into YouTube and embed it into the replay page. I'll send everybody who's registered an email so you'll know you can go there, and you'll see below this the mantras that we worked with, as well as you'll see, if you've never explored the Empowered You community, there's a link there. You can sign up and have your first 2 weeks for free. If you're not going to stick around and you don't want to get charged, make sure you cancel it before the 2 weeks is up. Otherwise, it's $39 a month US. There's 2 live sessions a month with me in a group where we do questions and answers. I do some coaching. I give you lots of practices that are pre-recorded and pre-written for each month's theme. And we'll be unpacking for the month of January, strength, courage, and wisdom much further. So, spoiler alert. So that's what I've got for today. I hope this was of value to you. I hope it's given you a boost of confidence in grace holding you and your intrinsic value and worth. You are lovable simply because you exist and you are an extension of the divine. And you will never not be that. So in this moment, I would be curious if anybody would like to type into the chat just to share what happened for you today. Those of you on the live, just a little share and I'll read them out. What happened for you? And if anybody has a question about the practice today, you can put that there. I'll stick around for just a few minutes and we'll see. So we've got a lot of thank yous. Beautiful practice, thank you. Is there anything specific you experienced that you feel comfortable sharing? And as you're doing that, I'm just going to scroll through and look through the gallery and see all of you, because it's so lovely to be with you. And if you want, maybe those of you who don't have your camera on, you can turn it on so we can all just kind of look at each other for a moment. I see a lot of names in the last 2 pages, but not faces. And if you're not comfortable with that, that's totally okay. Feeling of inner expansion and a deeper breath. Yeah, me too. I got so relaxed that I can hear my heart beating calmly. That's really cool. I've noticed that before too. That's a really empowering feeling, to notice one's own heart beating calmly. Thank you. I felt very loved and experienced white light. Wonderful. Healing vibrations. Great, great. Again, there's no right experience to have, and it's okay if any of you feel crappy. Like you're just going through something and you didn't lose anything. Grace is still working with you behind the scenes. Give yourself the grace of letting yourself be where you are without feeding it with stories. Without feeding it with stories. Let's see. I had a lot of energy go into my spine. That's normal. That can happen. Beautiful, I got a sense of the luminous space at the same time as my deeply felt body. Yes, keep working with that. Keep working with that, Annabelle. Not pushing, just holding that lightly as you enter any practices you're doing. Can you hold both? I noticed activation in my toes and what felt like a lotus flower opening each petal through my entire being, then a cloak of love around me. Thank you. That's powerful. You might want to use that as a entry into meditation, or carry on after we're done and meditate a little bit there. The vibration of the mantra restructured my whole body. It will do that. I felt cradled in a warm embrace. One of my sons is estranged from me. Oh, God bless you. My father cut me out of his life, so he has that too. I was touched deeply when you said, if I don't have faith, you were donating some to anyone who felt the lack. Loved the mantra, thank you. Yeah, at any hour of any day, you can, if you're needing some faith, you can just think of me remember my voice, and remember my faith. And there's others. I'm not the only one. I don't want to make myself out to be particularly special. I'm as ordinary as dirt over here. Back to my natural state, peace and stillness, inspiration for my upcoming path. Wonderful. I experienced a deep, alive stillness that evolved into the aliveness in the mantra, which led me to peace. Fantastic. Fantastic. So we're going to close here, and let's do this by offering the merit, the fruits of our practices once again. If you want to, you can put your hands in prayer position, and in this particular mudra or hand gesture, there's a little bit of space between the hands, so they're not flat. If you're really wanting to do it, there's a little space, like you're holding a small bird and you're not crushing it. May the fruits of our practices uplift all beings. That includes you, as well as the earth. May we all be happy, well, and feel thoroughly loved. May we be loving, even when it's most challenging, to ourselves and others. May these fruits of these practices uplift anyone who is actively suffering anywhere. May it be so, and so it is. Namaste. Namaste. Oh, I'll read this last comment. So much pleasure to sing mantra. I thought I wouldn't sing, don't know. But it came by itself. That's right. Love the vibrations, collective sense, but surprised to feel so much pain along my whole spine. That can happen. Sometimes when we're doing strong practice, it can reveal places that are challenged and needing extra attention. So some of that is maybe adjusting how you're sitting. Maybe adding a pillow or something like that. But we'll work with more of that in the future programs. God, Goddess, all that is, bless you all, even though you're already blessed. And thank you for showing up here and sharing practice with me. There's so much love for you here. I'll get the recording up as soon as possible. Happy, happy solstice to you. Happy new beginning. Happy new moon.
Recording stopped.